I built a full Blackout everyday carry, from the tools to the wallet, and even some fun keychains to upgrade your pocket game too. Plus, I found a bag that won't break the bank, yet can still hold all your daily essentials. So, let's check it out.
This right here might be the greatest find of my whole career. For the kid inside of all of us that loved Hot Wheels but got fun of for not being able to afford it, now you can carry one with pride as a full-grown 30-year-old, because how sick is that? These Backfire lighters are pretty self-explanatory. They stuck a whole lighter inside a surprisingly well-built metal toy car. Plus, it pops out of the exhaust with a green flame. Come on, you will easily be the star of the Christmas party when you pull this sucker out. The best part is that it's about the same size as a regular Hot Wheel, yet doesn't feel like a toy whatsoever. They've even got several designs to choose from, like this cool silver one from that Fast and Angry movie. This is hands down the best gift for any car lover or EDC nerd in your life, because even when not in use, the wheels actually spin with some pretty good detail on them too, so it's a toy you can confidently toss into a bag or pocket, making this a win-win in my books. There are like 67 million phone cases you can choose from, but here's why this one is the best option for fellow Blackout fiends. From the subliminal messaging in Braille to the exaggerated grippy sides and very clicky buttons, this may be a new case, but it's got dbrand written all over it. Literally, there's a hidden binary message inside the case too. So overkill, yet so damn cool. The dbrand tank case is all about protection though, and if you suck at holding things like Steve does, then this case has you covered where it matters. Corners, screens, and cameras as well. Easily passing our scientific drop tests, but just in case you didn't believe me, and because it's always more fascinating in slow-mo, this can take a beating. After all that, no issues around the front or back, although I do highly recommend you pair it with a screen protector too. The aggressive design definitely isn't a fan favorite for everyone, and I can totally feel the eye twitching of minimalists when they see this. But I do love how bold and unique this case is in a river of copycats everywhere else. Plus, during Black Friday, they went ahead and casually made a casino grade deck of cards that they're including for free in every order. And for the nerds, that's 320 GSM black core paper stock with air cushion texturing and an oil finish. And as a card collector, I would personally pay good money for this, especially with how sick the custom artwork is. Honestly, winning in Big 2 with these cards just hits different. So get a free deck of cards with up to 50% off from dbrand during Black Friday. Links and details down below. I haven't touched this for months since it first arrived, mainly because it's freaking hard to play with, but there's something super satisfying when this happens. If you're familiar with Kendama toys, basically a more portable and less loud version of that, but if you're not, it's essentially a ball connected to a string that you try and catch onto its base, and at the size of about an AirPods case, it's meant to be squeezed between your fingers and requires quite a bit of dexterity, hand-eye coordination, and a ton of practice. But honestly, there's only a few feelings in the world that beat this when it finally lands. Available in a few materials, different strings, and even ball types too. With the harder version that includes a peg, you have to land the ball directly onto. This might just be the therapy we need to solve the doom scrolling epidemic. You know, picking up a hobby. I do recommend adding the rubber cover to keep the noise level down, but also pairing it with their keychain carrying clip, not only because it comes in black, but it also makes showing off how you play with your balls a lot more convenient. I can't be the only one who thinks the iPhone flashlight is kind of mid. So to match the overkill vibe of this whole Blackout collection, there's the WUBEN X1 Pro flashlight with a max output of 13,000 lumens, up to 455 hours of battery with smart cooling, water resistance, and replaceable batteries too. Like it's the 90s again. So when compared to the actual iPhone, it's not even a fair fight, offering a wide, long, and a combination of both, giving you a variety of light outputs. There's nothing you can't see with this. The controls are fairly simple with a switch to swap between the light modes, which you can see how each one offers a different flow of light, whether you need a straight beam to see far away or a wide one to see everything in front of you. Plus, they included a smart cooling fan that's built in to keep temperatures manageable even at the higher outputs too. All that while still managing to pack it into a full metal body that fits comfortably in one hand. My favorite though is the USB-C port that also doubles as a backup emergency phone charger too. And with how much light this can output, it makes for a great photography light for a perfect selfie. Combine that with the several mounting options for biking, helmets, and even on tripods too. It's sort of the one flashlight that can do it all. The build quality is exactly how it looks, like a damn tank. Yet, if you really wanted to see what it feels like to have something large in your pants, it could fit in your pocket too. But for me, this makes for a perfect backup light in any emergency kit. Or if I need something that I can count on to just work throughout my trip, this is the first one I'm grabbing. And if you are interested, they've got the best prices right now with the early bird discounts on Kickstarter. Links and details down below. This may be the last belt you'll ever need. An odd claim to make, but whose EDC doesn't include one nowadays? And I totally feel like Batman wearing this, especially considering how fast I can take this on and off. Thanks to the magic of magnets, this is the Distil Union's latest product release, the MagLock belt. They're already known for their smart and functional designs with wallets. Now they've brought all that genius into something anyone can use, because not having to deal with sliding a metal buckle in is definitely a first world problem, but I'm definitely here for it. You also get the added benefit of no longer scratching surfaces as I lean over, all that while still being able to hold my belly in place. A quick release magnetic belt is something I didn't know I needed until I wore it myself, because now it's one less thing I have to think about outside of which color and material I'll be using today. Regardless of that, even with these prototypes, they kept the details on point. They've got rolled edges for extra strength, a clean stitch job all around, and super subtle branding, because you're the star of the show, not the belt. Seriously, a fidget toy belt was not on my 2025 bingo card, but here we are, and I'm so for it. They've got early bird discounts right now on Kickstarter too, so run, don't walk. Now, I'm not a huge pen guy, but I know a good one when I feel it, especially when it's this large. A fat tip marker that glides smoothly across paper. It feels like Crayola markers, but for adults. This is the Pilot Petit 2, which is a misleading name considering it's pretty average size to me. It includes a refillable marker tip that writes as dark as a Sharpie, yet doesn't bleed as hard as one. The perfect size to add to any pencil case lineup, or even just clip onto your pocket if you enjoy the casual graffiti when you're out and about. It's made of an all plastic shell, but with its rounded design, it's surprisingly fun to fidget and spin around with too, as I'm already pretty comfortable playing with something this large anyways. Now, the most unexpected release this year was a tiny camera that fits on your keychain. And yes, it does actually work. From Kodak, yeah, the only camera company your parents actually know about, this is the Charmera digital camera that actually comes from a blind box. We were lucky and blessed with the black colorway, but the classic yellow does go pretty hard. Plus, there's even a secret color to find too, which is an all clear model, super sick, which just all adds to the fun factor of this tiny toy. You've got photo filter styles built in to choose from, black and white, cool and warm tones, but mostly gimmicks given how bad the quality is to begin with anyways. However, for the size, I really can't complain. Made of all plastic with an actual built-in screen, I'm more so surprised they were able to do all that and also still let me record video better than most Androids too. At about the size of a mini Bic lighter, popping this onto your keychain for the random moment when your friend decides to drop it like it's hot is worth the memories alone. Another new one in the studio, the Knafs Lander 5. While not fully blackout, a black stonewash is always welcome too, because there's something about the rugged tumbled look that gives you permission to just go ham with it. It still handles any delicate origami tasks thanks to the pointy tip, while still easily tearing open your 7th Amazon package of the day, all while being as big as a Pez dispenser when flipped open. I'm personally a fan of the handle to blade ratio with the all metal look and feel that's fully toolbox approved, because you don't have to care for it. But with the deep pocket clip being a tight one, if you wanted to pocket this, I wouldn't blame you either, as it's small and friendly enough that you won't scare everyone else around you. Plus, you can toss on one of our favorite beads, and others might actually think you're just carrying around a toy. This is one of those items you add to your holiday wish list and let someone else buy for you, because you don't need this, but you'll definitely want it as it's so damn cool to look at. Yeah, it's a tiny screwdriver from Audacious Concepts, the Tool XS screwdriver, with a range of bits to choose from that's hidden inside the tube-like body, and combined with magnets doing most of the magic, holding everything in place. In use though, the textured pattern around the body does help add some torque to your grind, but the likelihood you'll actually use it as a tool is fairly low, as this is just a really cool looker. Thankfully, it can also double as a super backup pill or note case too. Perfect because it's fairly water sealed, so you could secretly hand this over to your crush too. Plus, it's made of metal all around and comes in a variety of finishes too. This one being the Urban EDC Supply collab version. And tossing this onto your keys feels like adding some extra aura points to your carry. We haven't featured a quick release in a hot minute, and while they're usually something bulky and magnetic, this is a tiny metal ball that fits onto a 2 toque-like cap that surprisingly works really well in keeping everything in place. But when you need it, you simply give it a tug job and well, bam, instant access. Unfortunately, it is a two-handed job to connect them back together. However, a slight trade-off for what may be the tiniest quick release system we've tested, so you can confidently hang this onto your bag, or even use it to carry your other essentials like a tool, sunglasses, or maybe a flashlight too. But just know it does have a weight limit on how much it can hold, as it's technically just made for keys. We rarely show Leathermans because they're tried and true. Everyone knows their legacy and what a workhorse they are, but they just released a new model, the Wave Alpha, which, if you know Leatherman, is probably one of their most popular models. So thankfully they kept to the "if it ain't broke, don't fix it" mantra and made it even more of a badass all-in-one multi-tool. I would consider this the premium version of the Wave, with an updated Magna Cut steel blade, new thumb stud designs for easier one-handed action, and G10 handles with a topple style design that feel amazing in the hand thanks to the extra grip. It still packs their trusty pliers with wire clippers, a plethora of tiny tools to cover most other tasks, but they've also made one of my favorite tools even better by extending the scissors for more cutting surface. Probably my most used tool on the daily, and another tool that I can count on to just work. Plus, I don't hate the gold accents too. Very 007 of you. A tool that none of you actually need but will probably want: a butterfly lockpicking comb. Something I never thought I'd say or thought would exist, but this is me just trying my best. Thankfully, Jaden knows a thing or two about flicking things around. Essentially, you're getting a variety of lockpicks in the tip of this tool instead of a pointy blade, which kind of adds up to the brand being called Covert Instruments. And if you know a thing or two about breaking into locks, this actually works pretty well once you learn how to use it. Made of metal all around with the blacked out matte finish that gives it a stealthy vibe too. When locked in, it's a tool that you can toss around without worrying about anything flying open. However, I also wouldn't blame you if you just wanted it as a safe way to practice your butterflying skills as well. This is one of those wallets that I didn't care to find the fanciest features or thinnest profile, because this Arcane design wallet is unapologetically a chunker. Made of a solid chunk of metal. Its one purpose is to hold your cards and keep it in too. Passing our scientific drop test, but also shake test too, without any card sliding out on its own. And while it's rated to hold up to 10 cards, I comfortably got around 6 with some cash too, as they use a fairly simple spring mechanism inside that does most of the work in keeping everything in place. But if you want a wallet that just doesn't care about what others think of it, understands its purpose in life, and just feels like a total unit in the hand, you can't go wrong tossing this into your pocket. Just maybe avoid sharing the space with anything else, as it may hurt everything in its path. Bonus points: the giant strip is sort of asking to be fidgeted with too, so just try not to annoy everyone else around you in the process. Nowadays, most MagSafe batteries are pretty good, but they all offer the same amount of juice, ports, and cables as well, so what really keeps them interesting is their designs. A statement piece you can proudly show off, because my battery is better than yours. I'm a huge fan of Skinarma and their designs since discovering them recently, and their battery is no exception. They've included a metal kickstand for the double whammy of function that folds away flat when not in use, but that see-through clear design, like its 2069 with the cool looking text and icons that no one ever reads, really adds to the whole futuristic vibe of it all. And with 5000 milliamps of battery, it's not too thick, so you don't hate yourself when you need to slap it onto the back of your phone. However, there is an additional USB-C port too, for the hater friends who always forget to bring their own. I recently bought a new toque for the Canadian weather and thought it'd be perfect to show off in this video too. This is a standard North Face toque with the stitched on Blackout North Face badge. It offers a clean stitch job, unlike your other shoddy merch that you buy off Temu, with plenty of space up top to breathe so you don't look like a giant finger glove, and it's soft and stretchy enough that I don't feel like some burglar while wearing this at night as well. It is a one size fits all, but honestly, if it fits my giant knocker, I guarantee it'll fit yours too. You know, we had to find a sling bag to pack everything we featured today, and this AER Street Sling has surprised me, given I don't usually like these kind of side bags, but the materials, organization, and obviously inclusion of magnets has totally won me over. Quick access, durable design with reinforced stitching where it counts, with water sealed zippers and X-Pack to repel water too. Combine that with the thoughtful pocketing, almost like they understood how people actually carry their gear. This can easily be your daily workhorse for any occasion. The pocket out front is perfect for wallets, keys, and tissues, things you need on the fly. Then the main larger space inside with stretchy sleeve pockets for bulkier items too. Tools, Game Boys, and flashlights as well. The rear open pocket is perfect for cash or passports, with loops around the side so you can clip on your Labubu as well. All kept in place with an adjustable strap that surprisingly sits really comfortable around my belly. Plus, the full X-Pack Blackout is quite a looker too.
For more EDC and tech finds, sign up to our newsletter, Supply, where we share even more gadgets and deals we find that couldn't make it into this video. But that's it. I rest my Blackout case.